Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now this video was actually recorded yesterday. Finally got around to editing it and getting it uploaded today. Hopefully get it on before midnight tonight. But yeah, this is just the second steam test really for the 7¼ inch Hunslet Lady Margaret. The safety valves accumulated yesterday, so late yesterday John tweaked the safety valves and they hopefully are good to go. And yeah, one thing I noticed very early on, I thought of this yesterday, was the door handle's a bit of a bugger to open. Well, there's no handle on it, there's a latch, but there's no way of lifting that latch. So I got a piece of threaded bar, I'll say threaded bar, I got a piece of bar, threaded the end of it, drilled and tapped a hole, wound the handle in, bent it over a little bit and bolted the door back on. So hopefully a damn sight easier opening and closing the door, and this video does show that that is now the case. But I think for today's video I'm just gonna let the video do the talking instead of me waffling on. I'm sure you love my dulcet tones. That's if I've got dulcet tones. But yeah, instead of me waffling on, I shall, as I say, let the video do the talking. I may interject, but yeah, enjoy the video. Okay, so here we go again. Now the safety valves were adjusted, well, modified overnight, and this is just the first time in steam, and they pop off a little bit early. Got a nice roaring fire, good wide blower, but yeah, they're lifting at about 95 psi instead of the 100. So I'm just gonna knock the blower off and give the safety valves a little bit of a tweak. Now there's a locking ring and the centre core of the safety valve where you wind the core down to increase the pressure of the safety valve and lock it off with a locking ring. So I use a pair of, or two pairs of circlip pliers to adjust them. I've just put the injector on for a little while just to bring the pressure down, so hopefully these safety valves don't go off in my face, which that happens from time to time. It's part of the job. But yeah, just a little bit of a tweak on the safety valves just so that they go off a little bit later. This is a common thing we end up doing anyway. You can't really set them up properly just on compressed air. They need to be set up properly on steam. When we set these up on compressed air, we say the boiler pressure is 100 psi, we'll set them to 10% over, so up to 110 psi on air, because yeah, it just seems to work out that way. Excuse me. Got a little bit of a lump. But yeah, we set them on air about 110 psi. It's generally ballpark area when it comes to putting them back onto steam. And yeah, as long as we've got the ability to be able to tweak them whilst it's in steam, that's the best practice really for us. And then just keep an eye on them, adjust as necessary. Now at this point the safety valves are really working as intended, So they are relieving enough pressure so you can have the boiler wide on, and they work lovely. Quick test of the injectors, make sure both of them are working, and for us that's a steam test passed. Simon does come out and do a recording of this later on, but I don't get a video of that. And chap you see wandering around, that is this engine's new owner, and he had the pleasure of the first drive. I hadn't even driven this yet, so yeah, he hopped on as soon as I was finished setting the safety valve. And yeah, he did a few backwards and forwards. We identified a couple of things that need a little bit of a tweak. The glands were blown by a little bit, the drain was blown by a little bit. So yeah, they need a little bit of a tweak, but that's nothing too drastic. It's commonality that you have to tighten glands up on pistons and things like that. So yeah, just he had quite a few laps backwards and forwards, and yeah, he seemed a dab hand at this really. Now it's my go to have a little bit of a play. So yeah, I did a few laps up and down, just yeah, it's perks of the job. Get go on locomotives. It's some say it's work, some say it's play. Yeah, I get paid. It's all the same to me. I'm not a massive fan of sitting on an engine driving for hours. I'm more of a hands-on maker sort of person, but yeah, I don't mind driving every now and again. One thing I did find with the locomotive, it did favour reverse over forward, so it needs a little bit of a tweak on the valve timing, but nothing too drastic. That is something that can be done on compressed air. We had set it to be even, but it does favour reverse over forwards a little bit, albeit we have got a bit of a slippery track, and also it's a very slight uphill gradient on the way up the track, down and on the way backwards. But yeah, it behaved all right, and the customer was more than happy. And that is pretty much the project as a whole. Not much of a project, just a general commissioning job, and the customer is happy as Larry. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.